So, good morning and happy Monday, and welcome to
May! Yay! We made it!
Alvin. Well, yeah, we made it. We did. All right. April, you can stay there.
Yeah.
Bye. So, today, guys, we want to talk to you about the difference between mental health and mental strength.
What's the difference?
Well, like you guys know, I always like to have my little dictionary stuff and all of that, right? So,
I want to know.
mental strength and mental health are sometimes confused, right? Many dictionaries define mental health as being the absence of mental illness, but not having depression, anxiety, or another illness doesn't mean you're mentally strong. So they're basically saying is just because you might have chronic depression, chronic anxiety, doesn't mean that you're not mentally strong. You can have those just like a regular body. Like for example, you trained, right, and you look muscular, you look buff, but it doesn't mean that you might not have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, right? You might look healthy on the outside, but there is also inside problems, and it's the same thing with them. So just because you have an illness, a mental illness, or whatever the case might be, doesn't mean that you're not mentally strong.
That is so true.
So the biggest difference between mental health and mental strength and mental health becomes easier to understand when, like I just said, when you compare it to the difference between physical health and physical strength. Building bigger muscles can improve your physical health. However, big muscles don't guarantee that you won't ever deal again with physical health problems like high cholesterol, like I just said.
Damn cholesterol. Oh.
So, mental strength, it contains the ability to cope with negative emotions in a healthy way. It also helps you understand your emotions. Mental strength also helps you to know when to engage with your emotions and how to take a step back. Versus mental health, usually is just the presence or absence of a mental issue and the overall state of your mental wellness. So, Alvin, what's your take on this?
Mental wellness, mental state. I feel like you said a lot of words. So what exactly, what I related to and what he said was the whole thing about training and getting to your goals, right? So you develop strength. I know for myself when I'm training, it's not just the physical I see on the outside. It's a lot of it is the mental inside. I think we can all relate to that. But just as he said, there's pre-existing conditions, high blood pressure, cholesterol. These are two things I deal with. And no matter what you do, can't really go away. So you can diminish it, but it's still going to be there. So it's all about how you react to it and what you do about it. And I feel that's where you get your strength. How many times have you started looking back at your fitness journey and you couldn't lift what you're lifting now? But I always tell people, it's not about the weight, it's about your method. It's about what you're doing, your approach. And just like with the weights, it has to do with your life. If you take the right approach to address these things, when things are thrown to you, unexpected circumstances, family drama, work drama, you name it, neighbor drama, anything, life, things are going to be thrown to you. You're not unexpected circumstances, but what are you going to do about it? How are you going to react about it? How are you going to keep your cool about it? When do you know to say, all right, I hear you, take 5. And then come back.
Exactly. So with that being said, guys, what we're trying to tell you here is just because you have chronic depression, just because you have chronic anxiety, whatever mental health you might have, doesn't necessarily mean that you're anything less than a person who doesn't have those illnesses. You can be just as strong as a person with or without those illnesses. So that's why it's important not to mix them, because they're actually very different. So again, you can have that mental health issue, but you can be strong. You can be strong in your decisions. You can be strong in who you allow yourself to be surrounded by. You can be strong in making sure that you pursue the things that make you happy, right? So with that being said,
wait. I was lifting, not to say I am guilty of this, but I'm saying they like hearing these things. What are 3 things that you do to deal with this?
Well, I Thank God I don't have any mental health. I've been to many psychologists. My mom is a psychologist. I don't have any chronic depression, anything like that case. What I always do is A, keep my inner peace, A, B, focus, and C, step back and let things cool off. If it's an issue, step back and stay strong and stand my ground in my beliefs and in what I know that's right for me.
Okay, here's three things that I do. And this is something that I think everyone who says they do or don't, they all experience a form of depression. Whether they are always happy, look at Jim Carrey. I mean, look at the circumstances, the people. The people that are happiest are the ones that you really should be concerned about. I can tell you three things that I do is listen to music, work out, listen to music together, and watch movies. And the fourth one would be.
I know which one is the fourth one, but I'm just afraid to say it.
Let's move on.
Alvin is an extrovert, people, so he thrives with his circle of people. He recharges in that.
It's because Alvin doesn't get out during the week that much. That's why. But that's not what the fourth one was. He's just like the cop. Yeah, exactly. Yes. The fourth one is walking away from social media. I have actually learned that this benefited me, and I was the person once upon a time that was. I'm not even a millennial. And it was something that I so got into. But walking away from social media, sometimes detaching yourself a bit, is probably the healthiest thing. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not on it 24/7. And this is where I recharge sometimes to walk away. Because sometimes sometimes closing all your apps is a good thing.
And
because
the blue little icon app as well.
Yes. So basically closing all your apps and closing, just disconnecting, and not just your social media. I'm talking your text messages.
Throw it away.
Are you done? Your text messages, your WhatsApp, all that stuff. So sometimes you need to just detach, and that's why, I know you and I both share that in common, where we have a certain weekend or our day off. There's a certain part that we just detach completely. So I'll do my calls in the morning and my text messages, and everyone knows, okay, if I don't hear from him, he's probably because he's doing his zen, his recharge, because that is what's gonna keep me going for the week. So yes, I do recharge the night before or the other days, like the Friday, Saturday, for example. But come Sunday, a part of the Sunday, I'm like, thanks for the invite, but I'm just taking it easy at home as much as I can. So these are some techniques that work for myself, and I feel like it's something that can maybe work for you. Again, this is my personal opinion, and this is Marlon's personal opinion, but you got to figure out what works for you. You got to see where is it that you need to recharge, or how do you need to address these types of mental distress. And just remember, mental stress, or all forms of mental capacity that we're discussing, it's a real thing. So don't laugh at someone who's coming to you and saying, hey, this is the things that I'm thinking I'm dealing with.
Or don't be shocked if the life of the party is struggling with depression.
Exactly. And as I mentioned, the people that are the happiest, the people that are the host of the parties, the extroverts, we have a lot of these things that once the cameras are gone, everything's shut off, everyone's gone home, there's a lot of emotions that come to us and we're struggling with. So it's something that is an ongoing struggle, but there are so many ways out there to help you with this. And these are some. So please feel free to Google, please feel free to reach out, speak to someone. And Marlon, take it from there.
And don't let anything hold you back from being the best version of you.
Yes. Because the right energy, as I keep saying, is going to appreciate who you are. So don't change to fit in for anyone else. Be who you are. Say hello. If you don't want to say hello, just do that. But just please be mindful of your actions.
Exactly. And with that being said, guys, we love you. Thank you
Mwah.
always for the likes, the thumbs up, and we will see you next week.